Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Only music? Yeah. My mic software updated, so. Welcome, everyone. Let me repeat everything I just said. Because why not? I started with being a little bit angry at OBS or Twitch, actually, because Twitch isn't taking the updates from OBS for the title. Second, welcome, Sleepy. Enjoy your sleeping. That's what we all want for you. We want you to rest and sleep. Also, welcome, Elma. Hey, Anne. And I hope you enjoy your homework. Great, that's perfect timing. Also, Anne said hi to Tam, even though Tam is not here. And I said, hey, Tam, and then I realized what happened. And then Anne says that she's sleepy, so I conclude by everyone comes to this stream either sleepy, either in need of sleep, either waking up from sleep, or sleeping through the stream, from the stream. So I feel like this stream is the sleep stream. And traditional drawing, yes, we are going, today is leg day, so we are going to learn a little bit about legs. And then we're gonna switch to screen and draw characters sitting. Now, first thing first, I wear medium, but I live my life wearing, like my size is medium, but I live my life wearing large and extra large. Is this too much information? It's not. I'm just trying to justify this. We learned what this is, right? Cuff. So, yeah. Now, hey Luna, welcome. Traditional, yes. For a while, we're gonna go traditional and then switch to screen. Also, today is gonna be 2-hour stream. And I wanna start by, my phone is gonna die. That's what I'm gonna start with. Wait. I love this music, man. Okay, let's go to my profile because there is something that I want to talk about in these Sunday study streams. So the other day I came across something. Where should I go? Media. I love this track. Oh, I posted something, so they moved. It was here. Wait. I think it's Black and Jackets. Where is Black and Jacket? There it is. I'm gonna read something that resonated or helped a lot of people. So I came across this thing. Let me just turn down the volume a little bit for me. Okay. So, I came across this tweet. I'm trying to draw again, but it's self-study, and it's hard to know what to practice, what I should focus on, what is actually helpful. There isn't anyone who is reviewing my work, so are the exercises I am doing even beneficial? What mistakes am I making? How do I know what to change? I might end up starting every stream with this reply that I made. I made the reply just nonchalantly, not thinking about it, but it kind of got big, made some rounds on Twitter, and I got a lot of like popular artists following me even. So there might be some helpful tips in it. So I replied with, because I am kind of obsessed with studies. I love, this is a topic that I am very passionate about. I don't do it often, but I do wish that I do it often because it's so fun. And me having all that fun is what made me want to reply, because I kind of found the fun in studying. So I thought I'd just sum it up what I feel about it. So, number 1, goal. I like to approach studies with intent in mind. I realize that I'm struggling with people sitting on a chair, like today. I Googled person sitting and draw while trying to understand. And that means number 2, breaking down the reference. So as I look at a reference, I'm thinking and having internal thoughts throughout the process. And then I share this, like for example, I don't know if you can see it. I don't think that is very clear. But it's like how I, maybe like this is better. There. So I showed this, I drew this on stream for those who were there. And I just added some lines to explain how, when I'm drawing, this is how I'm thinking. So, in this angle, the shoulders should, like for example, let's go to one of these sketches here. Maybe it's even better. No, I need something with an angle or something. Wait. Like while I'm looking at the reference and I'm drawing, I try to think like, okay, so when somebody bends down like this, this is what happens to the legs. I don't draw it, like I draw it, but I don't think of these details. They just happen in my brain. These happen in my brain as I draw. I find connections, shortcuts, and shapes. And this could get tiring, honestly, when you draw. And this is why sometimes, number 3, passive learning. Sometimes it's all about building muscle memory, which improves line confidence. Line confidence is like look at this. This is my previous art book, previous study. And look how my lines were rough. Like I would draw 1 or 2 times the same line before I stick to it. When you look at here, like the most recent ones, you just get 1 line and I'm done. So even if you're not feeling like copying the reference and thinking and memorizing what's happening, the passive learning also helps. So it's all about building muscle memory, which improves line confidence. And the last thing is building mental library. When you do it consciously, you memorize how to draw things when you see them. We all think we know how to draw an elephant, for example, but put pen to paper and you can't from memory if you haven't observed one before. And I think everyone was there when I tried to draw a flamingo, and oh my god, it is... God, that is reflecting my face. Never mind. If you try, like, when I draw, for example, here, someone with a short walking, I draw it and I try to, like, once I draw it once, twice, even like when I draw hats here, you can just build your, like, a database inside your brain. So whenever I want to draw this type of jacket, it's now plastered in my brain, you know? But the thing is, sometimes you also forget. So that's why you always have to go back and draw more and more. Now, one thing that I didn't mention in the tweet, but also helps a lot, is do these studies with characters you like, either fan art or characters you like your original characters. Like, look at this. I like that there's this character in my story that nobody likes but me, maybe. It's funny that I opened this page out of nowhere and it just shows up. But you can see here, like, I'm drawing my characters. I'm drawing, where is Chris? Here's Chris from Deltarune. Here's, what's her name? Noelle from Deltarune. These are all my characters. So it helps to just, because when you have a reference that you're drawing from, you're not really thinking much of what to draw. So you just copy, and you also know your characters or the characters that you love. So it's a thing that you're not really thinking of composition and all the other things that you need to think of when you create illustrations. But it still makes it fun. Even if you just draw faces, like I remember there was one time when like these. I had this sheet of different, I had this sheet of different, like the same pose from all angles, and I would just draw them and then review something. I was reviewing, I don't know, I played Eastward. I was reviewing games here. I was reviewing an anime here. Or was it K-drama? A K-drama I watched. It's so silly. Yeah, it's just, it's fun. You have to do it. You have to find the joy in it. Otherwise, like one of the most fun things I did that I want to do on stream again. See how funny these are? These are cats. Cat poses. I drew humans do them. So it's just like silly things. Like look at this face. I am just conversating with art, with my sketchbook. Look at these faces. Come on. Anyway. Line confidence is so difficult. I found that I do it best when I don't think about it, which makes it so hard to learn from. Yeah, but the thing is, the more you draw, even passively, again, like passive learning is very important here. The more you draw, the more you're gonna be shocked. Like I personally, I don't remember where. Yeah, actually I do. There's my sketchbook. So this sketchbook is just my travel log, you can say. And I'm gonna show you the first time I drew live. I was traveling to Turkey. I always go to this sketchbook because to me it's what? I hope it's the first sketch is here actually. Where is it? There. The first time I went to Turkey, we were going. My sister was engaged, so her fiance was there. He lives in Turkey. No, he's half Turkish. So we went there, and he took us to this mall, but it was closed. So I just sat down, and I remember that time I felt like I want to sit down and draw with a pen only. My goal in life was at that moment and forever. My goal is to only have to carry one pen and any notebook, anything, and I will be able to draw. I don't want to use a pencil that needs sharpening. I don't want to use a pencil that I will need an eraser for. So this is, you might look at it and see like, oh, it's a good, but it's actually very, very, very messy, and the lines aren't really that confident, and I relied on hatching and a lot of doodling of trees here to hide the mistakes that I was doing. So this was like basically the first sketch I did on a travel on this notebook. A few years later, after my sister got married, I mentioned she was engaged because after she got married, and probably she was, I don't know if she was pregnant with her first child, these are my sketches. I didn't draw any pencil sketch beforehand. It was just me drawing over and over and over again. Whenever I travel, I would draw. And I reached a point where I just have that confidence. So that's the thing with sketching for the fun of it and finding the joy in sketching, because you will develop this line confidence without feeling. So now, before I start, we are studying, as the title says, we're studying legs today. Leg day. We're going to be using this art book by, you probably came across a lot of his tips, or their tips, sorry. I'm not sure. Their tips on Instagram and X. They do these really, really nice, like this is my go-to when I want to learn anatomy, because it kind of breaks it down in a very simple way that matches my style, and it doesn't go overboard with understanding every muscle and every, like, it gives you shortcuts. This is exactly what I feel like I want to know. And they keep releasing these books, so they could have, this has lyrics. They could have like a section about mouth and teeth here, but then a later book will have more. So it's a very good reference, and we're gonna use this to go over legs today a little bit, just a little bit. But I do want to try and also like point at a skill that I found out helped me a lot as an artist, which is reading art books. And I'm not, I don't mean reading, but reading the visuals. Like let's wait. Do I have here, Mushishi. Let's go with Mushishi, for example. For the longest time, I bought manga, but didn't read manga. I only started reading manga 3 years ago now. And I bought manga all the time because I treated manga books as art books. And I treat art books as reading material. So I just look at the drawing. You know when you're memorizing something or trying to make some mental mathematical equation or mathematical, I don't know, like you're trying to do addition or division, whatever it is in your brain. This is exactly what I do, what I'm looking at visuals. So I would just open, and sometimes I would look at the hatching, sometimes I would look at like the composition, and I would read it. For example, this is a kimono and it's just a little girl walking, but I would look at it and think of the angles. I would think of like, if someone is wearing a skirt, this is how it's gonna look. Welcome, Popo. Thank you. Yes, I did this with Your Eternity. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very fun to just hold something, even if it's this art book, like even if it doesn't have to be a story or a manga, but because I feel like if you have this thing and you don't have anatomy books and art books, study material, this is a very good way to just look at, like for example, this shot. You look at it and, okay, so at this angle is very much used when you have a close-up for a character's face. And look how the shoulder goes from here, like mid-cheek. Not to mention, in general, you can look at all the different viewing angle they go with all the... Oh, I love Mushishi. I love Mushishi, man. So, I'm saying all this because I will draw legs from this book, but I will take some time looking at the drawing because I am reading the drawing. Looking at it and reading it, memorizing it. I don't know if I come across an example, I'll tell you what I'm trying to read or what I'm trying to memorize. But you sometimes come across these tips, and it's just fun to look at them. Don't just screenshot them and save them in your camera roll and forget about them. Look at them, like especially this artist, because the name is Taco. If you search on Instagram Taco, it's Taco with a few numbers. Where is Instagram? Taco 1704. So it's Taco 1704. They're probably on X as well. So they just share one sheet occasionally, and when you come across them, look at them and try to memorize. And this is what I always do. I used to screenshot and then forget about them in my camera roll, but then I realized that is very counterproductive. So I started just stopping and staring. Long intro, I know. Thank you for keeping up with it. Let's go. I'll take some time, look at the reference. I don't know if I can show a little bit of the reference. I don't think, no. It's gonna be cramped a little bit. When you say memorize, do you mean you don't look at the book at every second and try to draw without looking? No, 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 not like that. I try to memorize them and then I don't test. I do, you know, I have this, I bought once this, I once bought this art book from Japan that had these tiny, I think I have to, yes. They come with the sketchbook and they start with this, and I don't remember very much because I used a translator to understand, but they did have that exercise of like step 1, copy it, step 2, look at it for some time and then close the book and draw it, step 3. Like they had these plans to how use this book to better understand and better improve your memorizing and I guess hand-eye coordination. But to me, at this point, that is boring and that hinders my progress and my joy, like stands in the way of my joy. And I need joy when I draw. So I never tried that plan. Maybe one day I'll be interested enough to test it. But I memorize just kind of like understanding, like how you read a book. Sometimes you go over the same sentence or the same page multiple times. Yeah, that's how I do. I try to memorize it, understand. If I come across now when I'm drawing, if I come across any example, I'll let you know. Let me zoom in, maybe. And I hope I won't move it that much. There. Great, we have an example from the get-go, like this page, for example. Now this is like it might not work for all bodies, but I think it does, and it doesn't work for all styles. But it's a neat thing to keep in mind. So if you have the head, you have this measurement of the leg having 4 heads. This, for example, I just memorized. So every time I draw something, if I find like the legs is looking wrong, off, I don't know how to draw it, I'm having trouble with foreshortening. Foreshortening is, for those who don't know, foreshortening is we have the leg like this. I think the sun might be, so the leg sideways is like this. Foreshortening is moving it from the front, so all this thigh is foreshortened with perspective, so you're not seeing the whole thigh, you know? So sometimes, like if we say we have 2 heads that make the thigh and 2 heads that make the rest of the leg, I can just picture heads like this, you know? Foreshortened as well. Hey Fair, welcome. So these shortcuts and measurements are really good when you feel like, oh, there is something wrong about this posture or this the proportions of this character. So you can go over these. I think I'll go with a thicker pen. I notice you're doing studies with a pen. Is there any particular reason? There is a reason, because I'm lazy. I don't want to carry too many tools when I'm on the go. So I kind of forced myself to use only one pen, any pen. I don't stick to a certain one. It can help overcome chronic erasing for sure. It helps you develop line confidence. It makes you face your mistakes. You see that your mistakes, you don't delete your mistakes. It also, honestly, it really helps you get creative with solutions. It helps you, like, if you make some mistake, I need to find one that I made a mistake in and then fixed it with hatching, or it really helps. I can't recommend enough. And it's gonna be so bad when you start, but it's gonna be so rewarding. Oh, honesty. Listen, you always get honesty here. Hey, Spectre, welcome. Yes, we're going traditional for a bit, and then we're switching to screen. So, for example, today, because I'm streaming, I can't really just sit down and think things through and memorize. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna draw what I'm seeing and talk about it maybe. And I'm just picking what looks interesting. Like, for example, I like this shape. We're studying legs, so look at these curves. I'm being creative with you this stream. Yes, let's all be creative. We have someone sitting here. I really just wanted to carry one tool with me wherever I go, but I also hate erasers and erasing. I just hate that, man. Like, you draw and you have a problem with a pen, you just let it go, but erasing and doing this and then it's a lot of work, man. See, this, for example, this leg from this angle, it's really tricky to understand. So I make a mental note of that, like, I need to understand this part of the leg, the outside part of the leg in this angle more, because if I'm drawing this scene where this character is sitting, I always have problem sitting. My god, we're gonna study sitting because I do suck at sitting. Art tip by D. Honestly, for real. When I tell people I'm lazy, nobody believes me because of all the things that I do, but they don't understand. I hacked life. When you're extremely lazy, you find the shortcuts. You enjoy the shortcuts. You make your life easier. You find the mind tricks to trick your brain. Trust. Oh, feet are a different beast. We're gonna tackle that at a later stage. I love this track. This track is perfect for this stream. Art tips made me art more because I love that my mistakes are visible. Made you like art more because, yeah. Honestly, the art tips, my art tips. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Honestly, if there's one thing I want to do by doing these streams is for people to enjoy to enjoy art. Sorry. Yes, okay. I thought I'm missing YouTube comments. Lazy people find the path with least resistance. 100%. That's true. The amount of time I've been told to keep it to keep it simple, because I overthink, I gotta learn how to lazy my brain out. Yeah, overthinking while drawing doesn't really help. And this is why I always rely on choosing things you love, things you're interested in. When you love something, you're not really thinking, because it's a hard thing. Welcome to the Themes of Grey Is. Heart versus mind. Okay, so let's simplify then. Here is leg. And this is... Okay. Yesterday we decided that a bracelet is a wrist necklace. So is this part of the leg called the foreleg? Like forearm? Am I cooking? So this is the thigh and this is the foreleg. I love her advice about the eraser. Once you said for beginners, without it we draw again and again from the start, and that helped with memorizing. I said that? Wow. Follow Taco1704. Great tips. Art tips. The book I'm using right now. Okay, so this is a tricky one. So we don't want to keep it. To keep it headless, so let's add a head. Let's go with white, why not? Okay, because white is always standing and I always have problems with white. Because standing is just as hard as sitting. From 2 years ago, thanks for reminding me. That's actually a good one, yeah. The more you, because you don't erase, you have to redraw. I'm kind of questioning my hard-working past self that said that, because right now my tip is, oh, draw with a pen because you get creative with how to fix the mistakes rather than redraw it. Redrawing sounds like pain right now. I guess character development. Okay, so leg 1 goes like this. Okay, so we've come to notice that this is kind of a little bit straight and this is going on an angle. Or maybe, no, actually this is a little bit, and this is a little bit like this. And then the second one, this is on an angle, this is straight, and then we go foreleg. Best development. Thank you. I try. So all drawings of these legs show something that is happening with the thigh. So this is, here is the hip, waist, hip. So there is this thing from here. And I guess this makes it look, and it goes like this from here. And this makes it look convincing. When you draw manga style, anime style, any simplified, stylized kind of anatomy, you kind of want to look for these things, like this line for the knee, and there's this line. So here's the rest of the leg. There's another line like this here, and just adding these kind of makes it realistic and convincing. I look at her for 2 minutes and White is striking a pose, trying with skinny jeans. Okay, so this thing here, this triangle here seems important. Oh, drawing off panel. Hey Tam, welcome. So let's go on it like with an angle. So this, the bottom part of the waist, and then it goes like this. One leg, second leg, and then this is the triangle here, and this is the triangle here. This doesn't show that much because of the angle. This is an opportunity to draw with the, yes, please do. We're gonna switch to screen and study people sitting once I'm done with some knowledge on legs. Okay, so the outside of the thigh is like this, or the point where the hip and the thigh meet. And then there's this line and there's this line, I see. And this is our triangle thing. I never uploaded any video of me drawing real time. Interesting. This is a leg from behind. This is a beast on its own, so we're not gonna poke it right now. But I just wanna... Maybe you did and I missed it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know, because it does sound like me to record myself real time, but then feel like, oh, nobody's gonna watch that, so I speed it up. It does sound like me. Okay, this is interesting. So we have a person so we have this person sitting down. And this is the thigh. And there's this line here. And then there's the like middle line from this side and the middle line from this side. And the way they're drawing it in the book, it's like this. Because once you sit, your thigh kind of rests. So this is neat. Honestly, one of the best things that you can do while studying these and drawing in general is actually wrapping any part of the body. Like imagine this, you know, Slinky, this thing, just imagine it like this. Let's see here, for example. It helps a great deal. Because like, see here when we did the foreshortening leg? Wrapping while drawing sounds like a lot of work. Wrapping. Did yapping came from, like, is the word origin for yapping is from wrapping? See, this is good. This is good. People sitting on the floor. The yapping wrapping or the wrapping with circles? Because that is the circles thing is a lifesaver at all time. Yapping, but wrapping is also good. Okay, so this is very tricky. People sitting on the floor like this. This is from the front. Is it clear on screen, or am I drawing too small? This is a position that Black sits in a lot, even with his wounded leg, and I always struggle. So I might as well think seriously about it. White's mind in here. My white is showing a lot. Or white unlocked some skill in me. No, yapping is from Middle English, from the word yap, wap, which meant bark like a dog. You memorize word origins for fun. We talked about this, Spectre. That is not fun. It could be.
It's 6 o'clock.
My table has so many colorful tools. For a second I believed I got everything I need to draw, but it's actually a bunch of different colored screwdrivers. Ooh. Draw on the table with a screwdriver. Your boy memorized dictionaries. Let us be. Yeah, he does, and he does it, and he thinks it's fun. Honestly, this is a different practice, but I find it hard to practice anatomy from other people's art. I also get the best understanding from pictures and preferably in real life, but that is a little hard to achieve. Yeah, real life drawing is the best. And drawing from photos is the second best, or like real life pictures. And especially developing an art style, because you're drawing the lines unaffected at all by any other person's lines, you know? I definitely like that more than drawing from other people's drawings, but other people's drawings actually like it could makes you kind of like when drawing fan art. We were talking about drawing fan art yesterday. It kind of adds some looks to your art, to your visual vocabulary. Like I remember, I'll find it. This and this are from the same fan art of Pito from Hunter x Hunter, and this is Kite. And I just drew it because I felt like the way the folds are going, the way the hair is going, looks delicious, you know? You know when you see art that looks delicious? So I just want to have the movement, maybe, installed in my brain. Same with fan art. Like when you drew, I drew fan art yesterday, and I drew fan art 3 days ago, and I drew fan art today. And it unlocks something. It adds, because sometimes you just rely too much on what you like. I like bangs, I like disheveled hair for characters. But when I draw a character like Kiryu from Yakuza 0, because I'm drawing this I was drawing that fan art, I learned how to draw different kind of hair, you know? How many years you have been drawing? I've always been drawing. I took it seriously when I was maybe 22, I think. I took it super seriously to pursue it as a career. But I was always drawing fan art and creating original characters. I saw the AJ one on Twitter and it's so fun. The speed paint shows the thought process even in that speed, and after being familiar with your style, it's definitely interesting. Thank you. And especially that because I've been busy with packing and shipping and all the things away from the drawing disc, now that I'm back with drawing a little bit more, I'm not relying on any brushes or anything. I'm just drawing everything by hand, like, because when you draw manga, you draw a lot of pages and you need to finish a lot of pages per week. You don't always have the time, so sometimes you need to use assets and you need to use brushes. Especially for me, I like to use assets and brushes when it's something that I already know how to do with my own hand, you know? So yeah, even like I was watching the stream of last night because I downloaded it to speed it up and put it on Instagram, and I realized, yeah, I can see myself like I'm working a little bit. I don't know, but it's so fun because I've been cut off for so long. No, I drew a drawing of AJ and his top 10. He did the ranking stream of top 100 protagonists, and I drew his top 10. Funny thing about that stream, so he does these top 10. I didn't mention this. He does this top 100 protagonists, and before the stream, he posts this form for you to fill up if you have any predictions where any character would go. And I just dropped. So at number 13, it's gonna be Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. And he goes from like more than 100, and he goes up and up and until he reaches 13. And it's actually Arthur Morgan, and it was unreal for me to just drop one prediction, and it's completely what it turned out to be. It was fun. Anyway, let's continue. Legs. Giga brain moment, which is every. No, thank you. But I was like, what the hell? I never guess things like that. Hey, Anne, welcome. I noticed you still draw traditionally. I love that, even though you have a tab. Yeah, even though 90% of my time I'm drawing digitally, yeah, I never let go of traditional drawing. It helps a lot with line confidence again. Would you say drawing from these sorts of drawn references is better than images of nude models, or do they have different... They definitely have different benefits, because you learn how to look and what to look for, especially with these drawn references. It's kind of... For me, I like to learn shapes. So like I was just gonna say that when I drew these two, these are two knees that you can see here. I like things simplified that way. And then I can look into the deeper look of the thing. As we're gonna see once I start drawing people sitting, I would look for silhouettes first. I like to memorize the shape of how a certain poster looks while sitting. And then I go with the details myself. That is the fun of it. I personally don't do nude models because I'm very uncomfortable with nudity. Even like there are some people who share reference photos of them wearing really tight clothing, and I can do with those a little bit. There's a lot of benefit in real life models, but to me, the nudity with the faces, I'm not really that comfortable with faces. This is why I like some of the Japanese reference photos, because they kind of blur the face, or they just slap a sticker on it. One of the most important things in studies and art journey in general, I think, is the goal. It's always like, in my class with Colosso, I made a whole lesson just about this. How important is the goal? What are you pursuing right now? Right now, I want to get to know my characters. Okay, I'm gonna draw from reference. I don't care about anatomy. This is what happened when I started Grey Is, my series, 15-year-old series. Over 80 chapters and over 200 webtoon episodes, colored. When I started, I didn't know how to draw that much, so I relied on references just to get to know the characters and draw the characters more and more and more. And then I decided that I want my own style. I want to understand legs or different head angles and stuff. So I just went with and started studying anatomy, for example. So it's always about the goal. Sometimes right now I don't want to learn how to draw a plane, but there's a plane in my manga. I'm gonna look up a 3D model. I'm gonna look up some asset, some brush, and use that. With time, I'm gonna be interested in drawing a plane. When I traveled, I sat down in the airport and I drew a lot of planes. So art is a journey. Sounds very cliche or like some bumper sticker, but genuinely, it's just a work in progress, the whole thing. One final question. How do you fight procrastination? I don't feel procrastination that much. Especially, like, I have it for emails, for business side of things, I do have it a lot. But with art, no, because I kind of found all the mind tricks I need to play. And I have too much passion. Because it's just like when you study, when you're a student, you procrastinate homework, but you don't procrastinate. You don't procrastinate video games or art or like drawing or phone call with a friend, you know? So it's just that. For me, when I draw, it's the most fun I have in a day, so I don't run away from that. I run away from other things to do art. So if you feel like you're procrastinating something that you love, then there is something you're asking of yourself. You're asking too much of yourself in a way that your brain is like, nope, we're not gonna go there. Let's stay here, let's have fun. So ask yourself, what is it that is making you not want to do whatever it is you want to do and find yourself procrastinating? What is that word, man? Most effective ways to pinpoint my study. So there was this line, we said this triangle. So how does it work here? Really? Excuse me while I roll down the blinders because I'm melting. Did I say roll down the blinders? They're just blinds, they're not blinders. Like, see, for example, I'm going through this book and I came across this. I don't care about this, so I'm gonna skip it. Right now, I don't care. Maybe I'll care in the future. Okay, let's wait before I'll come back here. Neck. We should just say delay instead. Yes, delay is a good word. Okay, we have more information on this line. So this line goes from here back and connects to under the knee and makes this shape here. Cool, where is my purple? The music playing now is... Oh, it's not showing? I guess the whole chat is not showing. I wonder if you can see it. It's for this game called... the Centennial, probably. 10-year case from that soundtrack. Drifting Fruit or something. You're welcome. Thanks, Tam. Okay, so it goes sideways. It's from the word century? Centi. Neil then. Okay, thank you. Again, these streams are gonna become English language for D, not with D. So thank you all for the help. Okay, so it goes from front to back and continues front. Cool, cool. Oh, these two are such black ways of sitting. So let's learn them. Hey, Mishmish. I like that with you saying you're not interested about this stuff now, maybe in the future. You don't need to learn, draw everything at once. Art is a journey. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay. Chicken legs. And then now the thighs. Hey Nurhuda, welcome. Okay. Okay, let's switch to screen now. Let me just tidy a little bit. So I probably made the wrong suggestion with the word. You said it right the first time. Centennial. Okay. Yeah, centennial. Okay. No worries. We learn both, you and I. Okay, where is my... There it is. Let's open up. Is it still on Castiel? I think this screen is... Let me refresh this. It's stuck on Castiel. I was drawing Castiel earlier. Where is... Clip Studio Paint. Hey Alpha, welcome. How is the arting going? It's going. We're done with traditional legs studies and now okay. And now we're gonna do some sitting studies. Where is my... There it is. Okay, so I just wrote person sitting because I was working on this illustration with a character sitting and I realized that I don't know how to... I don't have enough... There was another clip. The music getting cut off was too good. Which song? What did I cut off? Why don't they? What does it doesn't change? The clip from Alan Wake. Oh yes, yes, that one. See, this is what I mean. Like I want to understand how the shape is before understanding how, like for example, this here. So we have Daniel Gray. He's sitting again, listening to patients, getting bored out of his mind. Or angry. Slightly angry, depending on the patient he's sitting with. So right now, I'm not gonna worry that much about the folds of everything. I just want to get the shape down right. white. I don't like, I think it needs a little bit of, oh yeah, there it is. Welcome back, Elma. So here I just want this, the shape, the overall silhouette, the outer thing, and then I'll go in with details and try to understand it. So we have, he is wearing, again, a vest. I don't think it's a vest. I learned the name for it the other day, but I forgot. Something, dress jacket? No. Why this reference art? Because it has nothing. It has nothing. So there's more room for me to guess and try to understand myself. Like this leg here, it goes like this. But then I wanna try and understand where the folds are. So the folds will probably go like this because we have the thigh going like this, and then the rest of the leg is in front of it. So the folds are gonna go like this rather than them going like this, where this will give the impression of the thigh being the one closer to the viewing angle than the rest of the leg. Waistcoat. Waistcoat! Yes, that's the word. Thanks, Fair. Waistcoat. Someone I follow is watching The Mentalist, and they mentioned that he made waistcoats look cool. Like, what's that? What's waistcoat? And when I saw it, it's like, oh, Daniel. Even better, these. Look at these. These are delicious. We'll go into real people. But these, beautiful. You know what? Why I like these as well? I like these because as a manga artist, you're not drawing illustrations, so you don't always need all the details. Learning how to draw this shape correctly in a convincing way will help a lot when I'm drawing a scene that is far away and just someone sitting. Like, for example, we have, let's go with white, why not? And here, for example, you can see that there's nothing, there are no folds. But with my understanding, I understand that he's leaning a little bit forward with this posture. So it's like a cylinder. The chest is a cylinder going further away from the viewing angle. So these wrapping lines are like this, and this will make the folds go this way. And back to the goal thing, when I'm drawing, like, I'm focusing on legs and how people sit today. So I'm not really worried about hands. I'm not drawing hands, I'm not drawing faces. Unless I want to draw funny thing. Not feet or shoes either. Third sanctuary. Yes. He's sweating because there's probably someone here. We're gonna draw. Also, these very simple drawings and silhouettes kind of help with gesture and line as well. Because I can see, for example, the chest, I'll go, another chest, the shoulders are going like this. White and women. Yes, let's put all the women around him. How about that? He hates me already. Torture him. Once I'm done with these, I'm gonna switch to actual photos and try to draw them like this, simplified, but by also registering all the lines that are here and there in the folds and stuff. Let's move him to the side a little bit, why not? While doing exposure therapy. Oh, I know. I don't remember that much how she looks, but my god, it's gonna be the best. I don't think I remember much. I find animals are easier to draw just because we're less attuned to the flows in them. Whereas we look at humans so much, it's easy to notice the flows. I feel like animals are hard as well, but I definitely agree with seeing something more. We see the flows easier. That's why hands are so hard to draw. Because hands is the one thing that we always see all the time. What we see in life is hands. That's why a wrong hand, we can spot that quickly. I don't remember how Velma is drawn. Maybe you should put Velma next to... Violet next to Velma, I mean. Yeah, that's what... Hey, SG Tart. Your planning and sketchbook work and 365 day of ink are amazing. Thank you so much. Welcome. You do any specific practice to get this creative? Would love some advice. What we're doing today is just studies, drawing from reference. Helps a lot. It's fun to be creative, and I've done that my whole life because that's the fun of it, like just going wild with ideas. But it's also very important to keep the rules, the basic rules in mind, especially with paneling, because you can end up with a very messy page that doesn't make sense, that looks so cool but doesn't make sense. I've been guilty of that, especially in the beginning. And just looking at other art, or looking at, especially with like 365 days of ink, usually what I go with, like, I think of, because a lot of it is inspired by my own personal observations or my personal emotional state. So I think of words I'm feeling, of feelings I think of my emotions or my mental state, and I look at the words that describe that and then try to make them visuals. They're saying, gotta know the rules in order to break them. 100%, yes. What do you want, Viv? I just want to draw a guy sitting pensive. Stop asking me about cookies. You're welcome. I hope it helps. Whatever I said. This is the beautiful thing that a lot of people just... Those people that don't know, don't understand, think that drawing from reference is just cheating, which is the funniest thing ever. But let's talk about the beauty of referencing. Like, referencing this pajama pants or whatever. So I saw the pocket, and now it's just in my brain now. Next time I'm gonna draw someone being sad after waking up in the morning, I'm gonna remember to include this pocket. It adds a little bit of realism and beauty for those who notice these things. And even though we do wear pajama pants with pockets, not always on female pajama pants, because only men need pockets. Why? I don't know. We'll never understand that, but we use it, but that doesn't always translate in art. Something that we're used to doesn't always translate to art until you notice it while drawing. Or if you notice it while doing other things and feel like it's cool to draw it. To actually incorporate it in my art. But it's very cool that you... It's very cool that you like to draw hands. thinking of poses that I always struggle with when I like couches. Black and white spend a lot of time on couches, especially white. And every time I want to draw him, I have to look up references. So let's try to remember. Let's try to add it to our database. Okay, let's try to break it down. So we have this stitching on pants in the middle, and then they go like this. And then we have a knee here. Working on my one-shot manga for Silent Manga competition, and your last Sunday stream helped. Really? Very happy to hear that. Let's hope I do more Sunday streams and benefit other people and myself. And good luck. I really hope you win. It's a huge pat on the back, and if you don't give up. But I hope you do. See, I'm learning legs and how people sit, but I found this hand especially. Reject all, my god. Oh my god. I see, I'm gonna use funny words now, but I see this hand and I feel like it's super delicious artistically. I have to learn how to draw it. It's gonna be a problem if I ever blow up and become really, like, I get a lot of viewers. It's gonna be really troublesome. Now, I saw something else that I found very delicious. This and this. And this, oh my god, these are gold mine. Okay, the cap makes me want to draw Oh, this is such a delicious shape. It's fine, you just need mods who rule with an iron fist for problematic chatters. I often think about the mods thing. I even wanted to ask like people I follow and others, like if anyone works as a mod, how are they being paid? Because I do stream irregularly. I do have the Saturday stream, but yeah, I feel like if I want any mods, it's gonna be a paid job, and I don't know how do you do that. How do you price that? With 4-digit viewers, a lot of them unpaid. I do think it would be easier sometimes. I don't have that huge viewership or that many things that need like modding. But yeah, sometimes I feel like it would be nice to have mods that would take care of some things. We'll see. Black with a book is like fish out of water, right? I'm trying to memorize the shapes. If you have friends or regulars, it's good to just ask them. Some people are just happy to do it. Yeah, I imagine that's the case. Better to do everything yourself versus giving the slightest amount of responsibility to someone else. Especially that I had mods before and they did a great job, but for some reason I'm not cut out. I felt like I ran things the wrong way. And some of that experience kind of doesn't I don't recall it fondly that much, and mostly it's me, honestly. My inability to run things. Because it's all about trial and error, especially when you start. You don't know how to run things, where to draw the line and stuff like that. Who was there in Alan Wake's stream when Mr. Door was telling Alan all about like your rules and your... I'm like, oh my god, don't call me out like that. I'm a little bit too uptight. I can be too uptight sometimes while interacting with other people, so... Why is it moving? I want to draw it when he was sitting on the floor. Look at this shot. I'm not gonna touch anything so it wouldn't change. No, just shh. Go back to sitting. Go back to sitting with the cat. Go back to sitting on the floor. I guess this is fine. Maybe. Oh, we're not doing sitting anymore. This. Let's go with this. The priority should be the streamer's own comfort. If you aren't comfortable in your own stream, you can't expect it to enjoy. Yeah. Managing other people is sadly something you gotta throw yourself into in order to learn more. Yeah, and it leaves a bad taste in both parties. Like, especially when someone earlier mentioned that a lot of people would love to help. Yeah, but sometimes like I did a lot of wrong moves. I wasn't a good admin, but at the same time, sometimes people who are very passionate and want to help kind of, how to put it, yeah, it takes time to make it business, purely business, even if there is fun and stuff, you know. Hey Blue, welcome. I had my own experience too, so I get where you're coming from. Yeah, it can be troublesome, honestly. Let's move stuff around because I'm running out of space. Oh, I can add I can add more to the canvas. No, wait. I actually want to draw how this cushion is reacting to the sitting. Everything is going in this direction. A lot of art books talk about folds, and they teach you about what do they call it? Pressure points and how drapes fall and stuff, but they don't really, like, I haven't come across, I haven't read a lot of art books that teach you about folds. I do have two that I want to look into because I feel like they will do it better. But what I noticed so far, a lot of people just teach the basics but don't apply it. And I feel like when they teach you like this is the pressure point or whatever it's called, and then everything goes towards it, they don't put it to practice. And it's a good thing to remember, like, once you see all the folds going in one direction, that is what it is meant. love the studies. The one reading is so cool. I want to study your study. Study with me now. You said you were making a doll. Did I read that right? I kind of didn't follow that conversation. Why white sitting like that? This white? Because this, I didn't know who it is, but then I realized that it could be Jad. He has the Jad body. Thoughts for me are very much towards the biggest thing visible. I tried too much to be accurate and it ended up being clustered. Yeah. You gotta be able to read the bigger point and the bigger line within all these folds. Some artists, and I'm talking about manga artists specifically, some artists go overboard with folds and it fits their style. For me, I kind of like I'm not sure, I don't think it's a manhwa, but I used to follow it back in Tumblr days. When I was on Tumblr, it was all over the place. 19 days. The clothes and folds in that one is peak because so little lines, like so few lines, and it's so convincing. I am making a doll currently, sewing the shirt I made up. Sewing the shirt? Wow. All my OCs have canonical crinkled clothes. I don't want to deal with folds. Oh, this one. Stop it. Screw you. Let's go with this one. I just want very, very normal ways of sitting. Anyone here a fan of visual novels? Yes, 19 days. I remember I was like, oh my god, this is clothes, folds, goals. Where is the thing? Here it is. Oh, but this is a dark one. I want light clothes so I can remember. I can see I need things. No, wait. Wait, isn't it called visual novel? What is? I tend to struggle with visual novels because the plot often can be as complicated as the novels due to the text restrictions. No, wait. I'm not talking about graphic novels. Isn't visual novels a genre in games? What is the word I'm looking for? Like Doki Doki Literature Club and what else? What are they called? Aren't they called visual novels? But that's actually a very good discussion as well. The graphic novels and like having huge text and some illustrations. These are interesting. I don't know. These are like interesting to draw, but the more I look at them, the more I'm like, why are there stock photos like these? Does Undertale count as a visual novel? No. No. Undertale doesn't count. My favorite stock photo is a woman joyously eating a slice of watermelon with a spoon. I'm still confused in what situation would that be useful in. But these are just like, look at him. He's sitting like this is cool. Sitting, looking, standing. And then over the edge. And then there are people talking to, look at him. I don't know. It does feel like something that needs trigger warning or something. Like the funny ones that don't make sense can eventually be used as memes for whatever reason. The internet is very creative. I didn't even realize how dark the context of that stock photo. Yes, right? Will they jump after becoming friends? Way to bring it back to Grey is yes. They will become friends. The downside of doing studies is you remember, like I'm drawing this and I remember that I suck at drawing formal clothing, and then I remember that, oh, I always draw shirts wrong and I always struggle and like I need to study that, I need to study that, I need to study that. Can't get really busy inside your head really quickly. You know what? This looks like, I know what it looks like. This looks like a certain mask. But we gotta change this a little bit, just a little bit. I think their tie is like this a little bit, maybe. And dating games, yes. Ace Attorney and Digimon Survive. To what are you referring to? I wonder. I'm not sure. I'm drawing from memory. What? Oh, really? That's how Fish Out of Water Black looks holding a book? But it works actually. And wow, you remember the name. I love that arc, but the name didn't stick no matter how much I tried. You've reached Shiozaki? N? Wow. I love this. This has a lot of beautiful shapes. Let me just save. Do this. Sitting studies. Hey Fire Magma, welcome. Thank you. It's Clip Studio Paint. I'm gonna fill up these two empty spaces, but I do need more space for this. This poster has a lot of deliciousness. Like it has this shape, and then it has this shape. Oh wow, look at this shape. He doesn't have arms in my drawing. See, this part is the one I have problems with when I draw. Like, how does the waist connects to the legs with a very convincing hip line? Especially here, like it goes like straight because that's where he's sitting, but then the leg extends, so it's funny when you start drawing the leg that is outside where he's sitting, you know? Tokyo sits a lot, I feel. Blue came with an agenda. I see. He seems like a sitting type of guy. We're gonna look for legs crossed. I reach. He appeared in chapter 9, if any I was slow. And this is a type of thing that I actually really want to master. Like how the leg, how we rest the whole leg on this like kind of tilted foot. I love that. Nier Automata OST, we love. That was not my agenda. I didn't even realize until you... We are in the mood for Tokyo. Yeah. I think his I remember. I know now why I like this. His arms remind me a lot of my father's arms. Oh man. My brain just loves. Oh well, let's see. Let's find someone who is sitting like someone that gives the Tokyo vibe. Oh, we need to look something. We need to draw this and look for something else, which is vulture wings. Why did Automod held your message, Tam? Near music, nice. What? Let's go. Wait, where's my phone? Eight times? I'm pretty sure I talked about Nier more than that, but okay. Where is my... I kept a lot of screenshots. Tokyo is a bit of a bird. Yep. Oh, Bethesda. I wish I could get into Nier so bad because the music is so good and the game is so good. I don't know. Automata is the better game, but for me, the Replicant is the better story. It's too personal. Oh, you played a little bit of Reincarnation? I didn't, because it's a mobile game. I couldn't. I see why D likes him and Birdwood. Did you now? I got into the story for bromance and was given extra with the bird. Is there a Trojan X command? Not yet. We should. I think it's just a genre thing, in the same way some people just can't get into Dark Souls. Yes, I wish I can get into Soul or Forms of soft games. I tried. What's the name? Not Ghost of Tsushima. I think what was the one with Sekiro? Because I have that one. But yeah, I'm so bad. I can't survive that. Was it good, Town? We need a copy pasta for the Trojan X command. Tell us. Did I miss Maha? Hey Maha, welcome. I did miss your greeting. Welcome. I don't understand copy pastas, generally speaking. So what are we putting him in? Oh, you know what's the problem? I know what's the problem. We kind of need to switch. We kind of need to switch, not switch, flip. Because he always hides this side. He always hides this eye. Okay, now we copied, now we fixed. We need to make him thinner. I'm not cringy enough to make a copy pasta. I can try though. I'd be interested. I wasn't listening to the game for long, but it was a good experience. That's good to hear. I hear a lot of good things about that game, and it's like part of this universe and the story, but I still have to find a good YouTube video that is gonna explain it to me. I would love to make a copy pasta, but I have no idea what the topic is. Explain to me copy pastas in like I'm 5. The day Tokyo gets a new hairstyle. Oh my, no. I love this track. Sorry, Blue, you hate chapter 2 of Deltarune, but this track, I love it. Let's go to Vulture Wings. Here's one. Thank you. I just got volume 10. The book is chunky and I'm super excited to read it. Please do share your thoughts on it if you're on the Discord as you go. Chapter 10 has a lot of things. It is chunky. It's the thickest book in all the series. Just get jotted whenever Queen music comes on. That's fair. This is Queen Castle, I guess. A long paragraph that rambles and is highly emotional but doesn't specify the topic enough that it can be modified to fit in various scenarios. Because when I see copy pastas and like images or stories within them, and I always get lost, so I never really understood. I had an idea though. I don't know if it works in manga form. Do you think you could release a summary book of like 3 volumes? Like how in anime there's a summary movie between seasons? See, here's the thing. Volume 10 has... It's called Recap and Retell, so it does go over a lot of the big events and unexplained things. And that's, I think that's the most I can do. They're basically just memes, but text only. They're mostly born from mocking people for saying ignorant stuff or being super superficially nerdy about something. And you basically just copy and paste it. That does sound like I would be the thing that people will create a copy pasta from, because I do feel like I say ignorant stuff, or I say things out of ignorance, and I kind of geek out about stuff. But thank you for explaining, both Fair and Elma. How come Tokyo is my... There, finally. I almost given up. Tokyo is my favorite character and I don't have any photo of him on my phone. You need to up the drama by 20 for that. Honestly, see, here's the thing. I feel like I am a very good candidate for people to create copy pasta from their existence. But back in 2010, when I wasn't familiar with internet, with how people function, like I still am not, but now I have the self-awareness, so I stop myself. That's why I stress a lot when I'm in other people's streams, or even like DMing people and other people. I don't know. Okay. I love Tokyo, man. It's an excuse to draw bird wings. God, vultures are such... Oh, what happened to studying how to sit? Well, who knows? The heart goes where it wants to go. Burb person, yep. Oh yeah, Tokyo sitting, for sure. Thanks for the follow back. Welcome. Thanks, Sam. Welcome, welcome. Is it the time I follow you? I think, since I keep losing the Twitch account. Oh my god. That sounds like a hassle. Thanks for the 3 follows. And I hope it won't happen again. This is the time period after he does that something to Azuma that starts with L. Love? Oh my god. That doesn't work. Oh my god. That... Even the music is contemplative. Okay. I tried to make it really lighthearted, and you know what I like about Tokyo? Tokyo is like what happened to my brain when I started Grey is. I was so excited about White because White is just like you draw the shape and you fill it all with black because he's black hair, black clothes, black everything. So Tokyo is like that. See? Shoot. Don't worry, and it's a good thing. It depends on how you see things. Don't rush it. Okay. Wow. It's wow. This looks like, of course, yeah, I said that it reminds me of my father's poster and stuff, but this looks like, what's his name? Mamser as well. So let's go with Mamser. Wait, we have one. Wait, it's because he's wearing... Just reminded me. Yep. He's a shady fellow. Here's an attempt for Chojin X, a copy pasta. You haven't heard of Chojin X? It's the best manga out there that has such deep themes that you need an analysis YouTube video just to understand it. Tokyo looks edgy and tropey, but still has very, very complex issues about life and how and who he wants to be. It's not a romance show. He's really good. He's just really good friends with Azuma. See, here's the thing that this is, oh my god, I don't see any cringe in that. I don't know. I love it. I'm gonna copy and paste it. You know what? I want all commands like that. I want one for near, one for no home, and one for... What else do we have? We don't have Alan Wake. We don't have Chojin X yet. Let's keep it to no home and near. Where is notes app? Cringe is work of honesty. That's how I feel. That's how I feel, Tam. We have Tokyo and Mask Face. Let's go back to sitting. I don't know how to work when I zoom in. Oh, Simon. I just thought of Simon. What do you think of Simon, N? Thanks for the Tokyo fan art. It was unintentional to bring it in, but Tokyo in your style. Thank you. I don't think I've done him justice. But yeah, it's fun. You just like pushed me into the hole, you know? I always appreciate being in a hole, I guess. Mask Face is looking down at Tokyo. Yep. Beware of the future. Wait, let me turn on. I installed new lights to my shelves. I'm so happy about them. Wow. One of my shipments from Japan that I was ranting about yesterday arrived today, and it's the lights. It's the one that I actually was waiting for. And I'm so happy with this purchase. I don't think this is... No, this is not the one that I... Wait. I wanted this one. Why did... Hello? This is the one I wanted. I wanted bored, tired people. I didn't want people happy and laughing. Who do they think they are? Who do they think I am? Let's see. You haven't heard of Chojin X? It's only the best manga out there that has such deep themes that you need like 3 analysis YouTube video just to understand it. Tokyo isn't edgy and tropey, he's cool and it's on purpose because he has very, very complex issues about life and who he wants to be. It's not a romance show, don't even say that it's a romance show. He just really needs good friends with Azuma. He's just really good friends with Azuma. Full disclaimer, I have no idea what this show... Now I gotta look it up. You know what? I understand what copypasta is now. It's that person who watched one anime, probably shonen anime, and is like, this is the best. Everything else is bad. You don't get it. We've all been there. Everyone who started. To me, when I started, the first thing I watched. Just remove the disclaimer. Seriously. Hey, Sleepy. Good morning. I hope you had good sleep. I wonder how many lines we can fit in a command. Of course it's Haikyuu, that's hype. I've been here the whole time, this is a new podcast. Yes, you puff out that chest, Tam. 3 doodles? This is very exciting. Copypasta tend to be people not knowing enough about a topic and write something with full emotions, and people find it so silly and so wrong, or know too much and know exactly what info to change and spread misinformation. I see now. I guess I have a better idea of what copypastas are. I always imagine, like, the vibe I got is always like copypastas are related to scary myths going around the internet. Another example is the Vaporeon copypasta. You do not want to read that out loud. Hey, Psycho. You were late for school? You lost a lot of points. Welcome, Psycho. Today I bought the DLCs. Twice. The Alan Wake 2 DLCs, I bought them twice. That costed me like almost the price of the game. Yeah, scary copypasta I think too. Creepypasta, yes, thank you, Fair. Thank you, Fair. Creepypastas. Twice, yes. And it's like $20 each. Because I got Alan Wake 2 through my brother's premium account. I guess somebody's gonna know where this is headed. Somebody who uses different accounts with games. My brother has premium PlayStation account, so he gets Alan Wake 2 for free. So I downloaded it on the console for free. We played the game. Now, if you want to play the DLCs, you have to buy them. They don't come. So you upgrade to deluxe version edition to get the DLCs and all the outfits. So we have now the classic Alan. Anyway, and my brother was at work, so I don't know. I kind of went to his account. I couldn't find how to buy, where to buy, all that. I wanted to make sure where his account is, like, because we don't have PSN in Jordan, so we always use other countries. So I didn't know what region my brother's account is registered to, so I couldn't buy a PSN card for him. So I bought the deluxe edition, the upgrade, from my account for $20. And then I realized because Alan Wake is through my brother's account, the DLC bought from my account doesn't work. So I have a DLC that doesn't work unless I buy the game. So I had to contact my brother at work, ask him what region he's in, get a new card for the region he's at, and rebuy. Out of the blue, can I say I'm happy you drew Violet's friend? I loved it. Thank you. Velma and Violet. Oh, Velma and Violet. I love the relationship too, a lot. I don't understand when people say someone is gender. I don't understand that. PSN is still... yes, they are. So I had to buy them twice. So we have to play them. I will be so mad if the DLCs aren't worth it. Tokyo and your wing is destroying the thing we're trying to do here. You're well within your rights. You deserve it. So instead of buying Tomodachi Life so we can have our fluff filler escapism Grey is universe, I had to put $20 down the drain. It's kind of like look goals, but about the general body and aesthetic, not the clothes, not just clothes. Thank you. I always wondered what that means. So thank you again that you think Velma is. I had that with Final Fantasy 15. The physical copy I had was UK region and my account was US and didn't check before. Oh my god, that is so real. Yes, in Jordan 2, everything they get is UK and my account is US. He's just leaving a bit of space between himself and just a little bit, just a little bit. To be fair, it's mostly used by trans people. I'm just appropriating it. Okay, good to know. So thank you so much. Welcome, Adam. Oh, don't get me started on Instagram. Someone is angry with me on Instagram. Some passerby is angry with me on Instagram. And I did the noob internet existence mistake by... What am I going with the hair? By replying to them. I didn't know why I did that. Yeah. So someone left a comment asking, so is she making a manga? Can somebody tell me what the manga is about? So first, the comment isn't even addressed to me. Okay? They sent the comment. So even if I want to respond, and I plan to respond, replying on what the story is will take more time than replying to Andy's comment on Rita and White that just says hey. Full stop. So we know what Andy means, like hey. Andy isn't greeting me. Andy is like, hey, stop. Don't put Rita and White like that. So I replied to Andy with capital letters, hi. Because that's all the answer, that's all I have to write. But replying to that person with what the story is about takes more time. So lo and behold, after some time, that person is very angry because I didn't reply to them. And I can download, I can post stories. This is the funny thing. They kind of attacked the fact that they attacked me because I am posting stories about people who buy my books because I only give attention to people who give me money. Something like along those lines. So I replied to them, like, stories are only for 24 hours. When people post their books, I should appreciate and repost their posts. And second, you weren't even asking me, you were asking in general. And I didn't know that I was in a contest, that I have a time limit. If I don't reply, I lose. And then they got angry at me because they said like, and here's an unfollow or something. So they're new to me. They're new to my account because they're asking what my work is. So when I replied like that, they reply again that no, from my whole existence on Instagram, it seems that I don't reply to anyone. People who believe in my dreams and made me who I am, I don't have the time. Oh, they brought up Isayama, the author of Attack on Titans? Is it? Yeah, so they brought up like even that manga author replies to the comments and I don't. And nobody is busy 24 hours. And they're like, okay. So I'm staying away from Instagram. Welcome, Adam. Welcome. Thank you for following me on Instagram. I am very sorry that I don't always reply to people. Hey, Olsen, welcome. Best reply is going for, you can check the manga at if you want to know more. It's in, the question was in Arabic, so I actually need to translate what the story is about and reply. And I do reply when people ask about the story specifically because I do want more readers. It's just that I don't always have the brain to reply properly. So I kind of do put things on hold. People online can be weird, they can. Some people are really just aspiring to be an annoying customer story in a coffee shop. I don't like to put it that way, but in the end, I like, okay, you do you, but it did ruin my morning, not gonna lie. The guy answers everyone, not his or her assistant. No, that's the thing. No, they mentioned actually. They did mention that Isayama replies to everyone. He has a whole, like, I don't know the word in English, but they said that they have this, let's say, board. I honestly don't know, but like he has this board of people that reply. I'm like, okay, of course he has people. I don't have people. Heaven forbid you don't reply to everyone. You two are just no. And the funny thing is, the first comment was them being angry because I am replying to people who are paying me. But then they were like, people who help you reach your dream, you don't reply to them. Like, wait, make it make sense. If I am the greedy person who only replies to people who pay me,
And they brought up Andy. That's why I mentioned the Andy, because they're like, oh, you reply. You like, you didn't reply before when I asked you about the story, but now you reply when you're angry. And you replied that person who said, hey, you told them hi. And like, you're not getting the context. It's a very context. They're not greeting me. You left me on red on Instagram since summer of 2021. Did I? Seriously, no. I know you're kidding, but did I? It's funny because you do reply to people a lot, not just the people paying. So really, this person didn't even try to record it. This person is completely new because they're asking what Grey is about. Like, come on. Thank you for the hydrate, Blue. I need the hydrate. I got really heated. Oh. We can make a copy pasta out of this, yeah. That's the behavior of someone who is terminally online. I genuinely feel bad about ranting about this. I genuinely didn't want to, but Adam joined in and mentioned Instagram, and I remembered why I didn't check Instagram all day. I got... Because my mother, like, the first comment was yesterday, and my mother told me don't reply, but I didn't listen to my mother. I shouldn't have replied. Who are we drawing? I'll tell you who are we drawing. Trunks look-alike, with glasses. That's why the website exists, and people go look at links in bio first to that. Yeah. And honestly, like, people who are in the Discord, are on Twitter, are reading the story and reacting in context of what I'm posting, of course I'll give them the priority. It's not about the money, no. It's definitely about the money. People who are buying and sharing what they got, I'll definitely share, comment to those. But also people who know what they're talking about, I will reply to that as well. I would love to reply to everyone, but also sometimes you can't just like thank you. I don't know. I don't like that, honestly. Mothers know best for sure. Every book has a synopsis. That's what the story is about. Yeah. If only. Your mom clocked. My mom always clocks, and my mom always like don't reply. She always says that I shouldn't say a lot of things that I say, and I always say that I'm gonna, you know that. I hate to say it, but I'm not gonna make the. I'm not gonna share the example, but I always say that I'm gonna probably be killed by something I say. If not eaten by a bear, it's killed by something I said because I shouldn't say it, but I say it because I can't help myself sometimes. I just have this urge, like when something needs to be said, I can't. Yeah, social media is literally a job and it's exhausting. Yeah, it is. The real bear is the words we said along the way. We said along the way, yes. That is my case. It's either the bear. You know what's the funny thing? I didn't take a photo, but yesterday I finished the stream and I went downstairs. I told you my brother, his wife and niece, his daughter, and his daughter was wearing. It's a little cold outside, so she was wearing this bodysuit thingy. That is a bear. I'm like, oh, that is the bear that's gonna eat me, huh? I worked a bit in social media management, and you gotta be very careful with your wording because of the Karens that twist. Yeah. And I do tend to say things as they are. And the funniest thing in life, honestly, not in social media, in life, the funniest thing that the more honest and transparent your words are, the more people are gonna doubt them. A bear onesie. Thank you, Tam. Candidness is hard in this day and age, for sure. It's wild. I wonder if I could have AI generate a statue of Dee being eaten by a teddy bear. Please don't. Tokyo, you can go somewhere. Wait, do we want... I'll tell you what. You can go sit by Daniel, maybe. Wait, just a sec. Let me put a line, the line they're sitting at. We have... Ugh, never mind. Everybody's gonna become smaller now. I'm not gonna... Therapy session for Tokyo? Daniel's gonna have a blast. People are primed to assume everything is disingenuous nowadays. People always opt for the least generous interpretation of your words. Yeah, it's sad. It's very sad. You worked so hard on the book release, man. Why wouldn't you want to appreciate and document people supporting that work and taking time to share? Like I said, it disappears in 24, and it happened. Like, there is one day where I was so busy and out and about, and I wasn't at home, and someone shared the book, and I didn't, and I felt bad. Like, even talking about it now, I feel bad not sharing it. So yeah, it's just a weird reaction, generally. Thank you for listening, though. It always helps to rant about things that trouble you. Even when I feel bad about ranting. This is a mood. This that I'm drawing now. Oh my god, I love it. It does seem like it's such an uncomfortable position to sit in. You see, Azuma, yes, I drew. I said I'm gonna draw Trunks with the glasses. That's Azuma's nickname for me. You need to stop looking. Why? Continue looking. Thank you, Ozrin. Happy to see you here again. I've read a few chapters on the website, and I think the story and the characters are very Really? Thank you. Does the story come from your own personal experience, or do you take inspiration? No, it's definitely inspired by a lot of things that I like. The general feelings, maybe some of the things, like, you can't deny that there are personal feelings and emotions and experiences, but not, thankfully, not the abuse or a rough childhood, even though everyone has their own version of rough childhoods. But yeah, it's something that I've experienced through observation, through reading, through listening, through witnessing, or maybe living. I hope you continue reading, and thank you for checking out the work. Who needs what so bad? I can't follow. Don't worry about it. The internet expects you to never miss out when before the internet people would not hear anything from anyone until they see each other. Yes, 100%. We have Romeo's Blue Skies music on stream. Has anyone? No, has anyone? I don't think I've bullied everyone into watching Romeo's Blue Skies yet, right? It is the show that defined who I am as a teenager. Crossover Trojan and Grey is? Oh man. We do have White's Vultures in clippings. This looks like noir. We should do a watch party and just introduce you to Romeo's Blue Skies. You know about? Are you spoiled? It's like the Sixth Sense movie kind of spoilers. I prefer people are not spoiled. It's such a good story. Yeah, we should. That sounds like fun. I'll have to consider it because I do have 2 series that I wanted to watch party. But once I'm done with Alan Wake. You've drawn enough of noir recently, let's not... Blue, I never took you for a person who... so passionately... stands next to... N. No rest for the weekend. I love Romeo's Blue Skies so much as you did a lot to me. Yeah. Let's do a watch party of Link Click. Did Link Click season 3 start? Listen, Bride and Arc kind of left a really bad taste in my mouth that I'm not even looking forward to season 3. That's how much of a bad taste it left. I recently watched the anime Jungle Book with Mowgli being raised by wolves. It was just as I remembered it as a kid. I never liked that. I don't know why I never liked that. I think from movies, Disney movies, I only liked Beauty and the Beast and Mulan. Honestly, my thoughts on noir are nowhere near ends. It's just that I've seen enough on noir recently. That's fair. That's fair. It's like when I go to Super Eye Patch Wolf's stream for like, oh no, before, like when I watch, he has this podcast with Wooly versus, I think it's called Versus Wolves. I enjoy listening to it a lot, and like when I was busy and I didn't watch any of their episodes, and then I watched like 3 or 4, and each is around 3 hours, and then John Super Eye Patch Wolf would stream, and I'm like, no, I think I've heard enough of your voice. I can't listen anymore. Do you ever get that? I feel like, yeah, if I stream for a week, people, regulars will start dropping like. Season 3 did come out? Link click? Seriously? Noir and Jad are in a bubble category for me. Right now, Noir and Jad are in a bubble category for me? What? Do elaborate. When you draw with pen, how do you maintain good proportions without using construction shapes? I think while I'm drawing, I'm looking. This is what I mentioned earlier about hand-eye coordination. I don't always get it right, but generally speaking, while I'm looking, I keep like comparing, for example, how like the length of the head in comparison to the leg, and try to adjust as I go, you know? It's a skill that you can definitely develop the more you draw. Dropping like flies? I stopped. I didn't want to say about people who regularly come to my stream. I don't want to refer to them as flies. That's why I kind of lowered my voice and hope that it just would disappear and nobody heard it and stuff. It's time for Twitch to give me an ad. I'm gonna repeat my answer. Will I remember it? No worries, Tam. You were helping. My opinion in Jan has solidified more since volume 10, but Noir, he didn't leave enough an impression on me on first read, and I haven't encountered him enough on a reread yet. So he's in a bubble option yet to be formed. Opinion yet to be formed. Did you share your solidified opinion on Jad, or is it still simmering? It's okay for you and everyone don't have my mind on Noir. It's enough saying things I thought of, but hold on saying to not look too much and never worry about it looking too much. I really enjoy it. A little late, and not to sound insane, but back in 2020, I used to listen to my favorite streamer literally 24/7, going to sleep with his 7-hour streams, waking up to him streaming, watch all the VODs. If I can have streams in my headphones for a week straight, I'd be good. That's not insane. I think some people are that good. Yes, they are. And some people have high tolerance for this situation too. Welcome back, Fair. I don't know if you got my answer. It was so funny that the ad break was at that time, but yeah. I was just saying that I kind of keep looking like the hand-eye coordination is a skill that you develop the more you draw from reference, and I continually check the reference and draw as I go, and I also keep checking, like, see the length of the head, for example, just roughly. I look at it and then I look at the leg, for example, and I keep comparing as I go. It doesn't always like work well. A lot of the time I end up with broken proportions, and I really don't care. I guess one of the most important things is not caring for mistakes. But yeah, keep looking at the whole, at the bigger picture, the whole thing. Is that an ADHD thing? I don't get a lot of, like, when people ask me, like, Black has BPD or does he have the... I don't know. I don't know that much about these things. You know what? I know who to put here. Let's draw them closer. I think I talked about my thoughts on Jad when the updates are happening. Most were skeptical and teetering on a scale of forgiveness, unforgivable actions. Oh, Jad. It's me, the psychologist person. It's me. Hello. Hi, Sleepy. Welcome. Go. I don't know what you want to go about. The topic has just moved on, you know? Oh, is it Vermont? Okay. I didn't want to, like, I felt like I got into a conversation that, and asked questions that I shouldn't have. It's very much an ADHD thing for me because I tend to hyperfixate for about 2 years on something, which means my brain wants it so bad the whole time. That's the question that I always have. ADHD is often showed as lack of focus, lack of hyperfixating. One thing I feel... Wait, I missed a YouTube comment? Yes, I did. Hey, serious question because I'm actually having a debate with a friend right now, but are you drawing right now? Yes or no? I am drawing. What? Welcome. Black has CPTSD. What does the C stands for? I did test for ADHD, so I had to look up lots of info. I ended up not getting diagnosed with it, but all self-help tips have helped me a lot. So it's left me confused. And thanks a lot for coming, Fair. Best of luck and hope to see you again. Who are we putting next to these two? We're ending the stream. Who are we ending with? Complex in CPTSD. I see. Complex PTSD, especially when abuse is long-term and created by someone close in the family. I see. Thank you. Gonna figure it out to bring the stream to this end. You know, I got no suggestions for who to draw, so I'm gonna go with Thank you, because for some reason people tell me otherwise, and I'm going to just start separating myself from whatever point they keep trying to make. Some people are telling you that I'm not drawing. I've read a few chapters on the website. The characters are so interesting. Hey Adam, I replied. You didn't get my reaction to this? I did reply to you, Adam. Welcome on Twitch. I'll repeat my answer in a sec. Drawing is drawing, no matter if it's traditional or digital in my... Oh, I see. I see where... Okay. This is drawing. I have my hand on a surface, I'm using a pen, and I'm drawing. What else do people need for it to be drawing? So, let me read, remember. I've read a few chapters on the website. The characters are so interesting. Thank you. There's depth and underlying conflict. Do you write based on your personal experience or inspiration from various media? It's the emotional, in an abstract way, could be my experience, but a lot of it is experience through observation, through listening, through probably other media. Like sometimes in other media, one comment or one term or a certain conflict appears, and I feel like I could tackle it from a different angle. Inspires a lot of things as well. But yeah, I was interested in a general theme, and then I kind of wrote characters that have their own stories, their own experience, based on a lot of things I mostly observed, and then put them all to serve the message and the theme. I haven't seen the take that digital isn't drawing. No, there are people like that. There are. And a big like when I post a time lapse that is recorded from the screen versus me like taking a video of my hand drawing on the screen, people react to that differently. A lot of people think digital art is just I don't know. It creates itself or something. It is Ellen, yes. Thanks a lot for coming, Sleepy. Enjoy your Sunday. Wait till they hear the video games and animations are done digital, yeah. Thank you, Alma. I'll check it. I hope it's okay that I asked questions on the topic. And I'm always okay by, like, I don't want to talk about it is a very valid reply here. See, Alan is sitting next to Noir and Yildar. What a time to be alive. That position is funny, yeah. That's what he got. What can I do? Tokyo is the only one that is rendered funny. Brains are fascinating. Thank you. Both Alan and Yildar are close to the same age. It is, my god. Yildar could have been a video game protagonist. Was thinking Bina didn't expect Alan. The beauty of sketching on stream. You never know until I'm done. I wish you all the best, Adam. And thank you. I really hope you continue reading the story and you enjoy it. Would be that White's half-brother is Ellen. Oh my god. White has enough problems in his life. I think brains are fascinating. Yeah, I replied to that. I replied to those. Thanks for the hydrate. Okay, almost 3. Oh my god, I wanted to stream for 2 hours. That's crazy. Next stream is definitely gonna be Alan Wake. For sure. We're gonna check the DLCs, or we're gonna run around, look for all the cult stashes, and head into the lighthouse. So I'm out for 8 p.m. I wonder how is the weather outside. I feel very warm today. They said it would be 2 hours stream, but now 3 hours. We did talk a lot. I appreciate all the company, and I always am excited for any discussions. Random, about life, about stories. Gray is. It's the children thinking. Thank you. I didn't hear that. Thank you, Tam. You saved me. You saved me from the moment I realized that there are kids singing, and I go on a tangent about how much I hate kids singing. I did draw a lot. Did I learn how people sit? I kind of did, honestly. I did, a little bit. Thank you all for coming. I hope you had fun. I don't know if just these streams are fun in any way. To watch. And see you next time with Alan Wake 2. Have a great Saturday, have a great Sunday, and see you next time. Happy to hear that. Thank you all for coming. I was lurking. It was a nice first stream of yours. Also, hi, my name's Auracon6, so you can call me Corn. Hey, Corn. Thanks for lurking, and I hope to see you next time. It's really helpful in studying and drawing tips. Great, great. Then see you next Sunday for another study stream. Have fun, everyone.